Hi, my name is Ron Banerjee. I'm a director with the Hindu Conference of Canada. We're doing, as part of Genocide Holocaust Awareness Week, which we're doing with supporting the Hindu Students Association and Hillel, Jewish Students Group. And today we've been doing a presentation about the Hindus in Kashmir, who have been 400,000 of whom have been ethnically cleansed and driven out of the state of Kashmir, and thousands have been killed, thousands of women have been raped by Islamic terrorists in Pakistan. And this is an event that's not, these are a series of events that are not very widely known in the Western world. And, sorry, and your name is?
My name is Jewish student. I'm part of Hillel.
Part of Hillel, okay. We've seen these type of these sorts of things happen in the past, where in World War II there was the Holocaust against the Jewish people, and it occurs to me that prior to World War II, these events that were going on in Nazi Germany were not well known. Is that correct? Or can you tell us a little about that?
In the North American society, I don't think that the atrocities that were happening in World War II were really well known in the media. I know that after World War II, when some Jewish refugees tried to escape, there was a boat that brought them, and no one would take them because no one really cared. So
you were really cared about it. Yeah. Well, this is why I think it's important to highlight this sort of genocide and ethnic cleansing. And this is not an isolated case either. As you can see from our presentation, genocide has been going on in South Asia for a long time, and it's especially started in 700 AD, where the Islamic invasion of South Asia started, where an estimated 80 million people were slaughtered over the next 600 years. That genocide took a temporary respite upon the arrival of the British. Since the independence of India and Pakistan, there has been a lot of genocide against Hindus that has been started again, it seems, within Pakistan. And it's especially worrisome because it's a pattern where the Pakistani regime in 1971, in the war involving East Pakistan, they slaughtered 2.4 million Hindus. And they have steadily seemed to be attempting to do a demographic sort of warfare against the Hindu population. Now, Hirsch, can you tell me, have you seen this sort of thing? What has happened to the Jewish population in countries like Iran and Syria and the Middle East? Has there been?
Yes, actually, the Jews have been driven out of Middle Eastern countries like Syria and Iran, and there's a huge refugee influx into Israel, and that was due to the anti-Semitism and anti-Jewish stuff that is happening in those countries. So it affects us as well. So you think it's pretty important for the Jewish and the Hindu communities to probably work together? Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we do see the communities seem to have something in common in terms of a shared history, a sad shared history of oppression and genocide and extermination. So absolutely. So we should probably have this kind of thing.
I think it's important that lots of people in the world, everybody knows about these atrocities that go on, so that stuff like this doesn't happen again. People, respect other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think? I mean, I'm just wondering whether or not there's an issue here with the fact that, for example, in Pakistan, the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, this is so symptomatic, and it seems to have been going on since the foundation of the state itself. I'm wondering whether or not there's some type of lesson to be learned for those governments in the West and elsewhere who maintain diplomatic relations with Pakistan give foreign aid, for example, to Pakistan without imposing certain standards of conduct. Is it not true that Nazi Germany, nations continued to trade with
There was a policy of appeasement, but it's not hard at all. In the beginning, first few years of World War II, there was a policy of appeasement with Hitler, and people didn't really take it seriously here. So it's definitely important. And I know currently a current situation with the Jews is with the Iranian president. He has already expressed, anti-Semitic views in the news. He said that he's a Holocaust denier, and he has said anti-Semitic things, and people have to realize that this kind of stuff leads to killing and leads to the Holocaust. The Western society has to stand up to this. It has to address these kinds of things by I guess, foreign policy decisions.
Yeah, foreign policy. So you think probably the Western countries, the Western nations, should probably take into account these type of activities that go on within the countries, and not necessarily treat countries such as Pakistan and Iran as just another country.
Right. We have an obligation, actually, as democratic countries where we're allowed to express our views. We have an obligation to go against this kind of discrimination.
Right, absolutely. Okay, all right, well, sorry, and your name again was Herschel, and your last name?
Goodman.
Hirsch Goodman, okay, okay, great, thank you very much. Okay.